Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? My name is Sydney Alexander Leysath. I am here with perfecting the medium. How in perfecting the medium, we go through and we help people and we help ministries be able to bring forth or to perfect, excuse me, their mediums to be able to push the gospel of Christ out. I am fortunate and I am blessed to be here today. Um, I have a special guest that I'm about to bring to the front. My guest is not only is he a pastor in Jacksonville, Florida, but he's also my little brother. So I thank and praise God for having him on with us today. And we're going to be talking about something special. So let me go ahead and everybody, please welcome Elder Jonathan Leysath, pastor of the Life Changing Center International. How you doing today, Jonathan?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm great. How's everybody? I hope everybody is doing great, excellent, all that good stuff. You were doing real good with the intro. Let me just say that. And then you said something, but we're gonna move on. No, no, I'm kidding. No,
uh,
I mean, definitely you, my big bro. I appreciate you, honor you for putting this on to try to help churches of all sizes, right? From
mhm.
small, medium, and large sizes that they could actually learn and grow from some of the things that you've already implemented in Johnston. And yeah, I'm excited to be on. I'm excited.
Man, we are excited to have you here. And like I say, we've had many discussions, me and you, just talking about, hey, how can we do this better? How can we do
Yep.
this better? And one of the things that we're going to talk about tonight is one of the things that you brought towards me. And I remember us going through and us walking through it, and I was like, hey, look, this can work.
Mm.
I like this is definitely this can work for us. And so I'm grateful to you for introducing me to this, and because this is what we're using on the platform tonight. This is what we both use in church, and it is StreamYard. Um, I'm gonna just recap real quick. I remember the very first episode we was talking to Elder Gore, and we said it's important how to tap into the vision of what the pastor has,
Mm.
because we want to make sure that we're using the correct mediums that we need to use in order to get that information over and to get that information out. So
Right.
I do want to make that known. So I got a question for you, Jonathan. First
Yes, sir.
question I got for you tonight is how did you go about choosing the platform that you use?
Um, I will say it was really one word. Ease.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple, right? So we were looking at some other options to look at. We looked at OBS, we looked at Restream, we looked at a couple other options. And what I've noticed about those options is you kind of had to have certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to have certain things in order to make it tick, to make it work. With OBS, you not only had to have the right inputs coming in to your computer and
Mm-hmm.
make sure you had the right camera set up, but you had to have some working knowledge of how to layer certain graphics and certain things to make it work, right? And I was like, we're not in this position yet to where we can really like afford to get ourselves into a place to where we have um, two or three cameras coming in, and after that, teaching somebody how to layer items and make your own custom imagery. Also, understanding the streaming um, ID keys on the back end and get them connected to Facebook and doing. I was just like, okay, you know what? This might be a little bit too much because I'm spending a lot of time just for me learning how to do it. And then
Sure.
it was also with OBS, the streaming quality as well. And I was like, okay, well, why is the quality not as great? Why is it not syncing? The voices, like I'm talking like I'm Chinese, and all that stuff is great because it's like they're giving you like a blank slate, and you just got to know how to put it together. If you can put it together and master it, oh, it's excellent. And I was like, we really don't have the time, right? And we don't have the ease of being able to learn how to do that. So we started looking at some of the other ones, and some of the other ones require you to use Apple products or use like, an iPad or cell phones. And I'm like, I got one iPad that I use to preach, and I got one iPhone. Like, so that ain't an option, right? Because I need both of them at any time. I can't like let that go for the whole service.
Yeah.
So that led us to StreamYard. StreamYard is one of those applications that runs in a browser, so you don't have to download something, right? We had to have a computer, but we didn't have to have something that was like super fancy and, had to be state of the art and had 3 water cooler fans in it and had, 3 terabytes of SD. We didn't have to have all that kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, the laptops and the computers that we had in our house could work for it. Not only that, our iPad could work for it. I'm like, all right, this is ease of use, right? It's ease of use. It's ease of cost as well, right? So at first we didn't have a large camera. So we didn't have that. So we were able to utilize a webcam. So literally it's like, all right, we're going to go down the road to the Best Buy or something. We're going to pick up a nice webcam. Webcams on laptops are they're not that great all the time.
Yeah.
So it was like, if you can't use that, then let's go ahead and just buy at least a decent webcam that we can just attach to the back of it, right? So that's what we did for a while. We just got like a regular webcam. All right, we're good with that. That works. It plugs in like a regular webcam. It works, right? Ease of use. And then when we start about setting up and we're controlling it, oh, it's just like Zoom. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, my mic work. I mute or stop camera, like those simple things that we were already accustomed to. So I didn't have to go in and try to teach somebody else like a ton of stuff. All right, get your notepad ready and let's get everything. We're going to go like it literally was, let me show you how you do it real quick. Boom. All right, pick it up and go. Even now, I mean, for like my kids set it up, usually set up the stream the night before for StreamYard. And my son just turned 14. My daughter just turned 10. Literally, it's to the point to where they able to set up our services. And not only that, my son, who's 14, he runs the services on StreamYard. So it was really just came down to ease of use.
Yeah.
It's easy to use. It's simple enough that anyone can pick it up regardless of the age, and really just kind of like, all right, now they can run it. I don't have to worry about, all right, well, who's going to be there that has been trained to run it? It's like, who's going to be available? You? Yeah. All right, cool. Hit this button, hit that button, and you're good to go. Like, that's how easy it was. So that's why we chose StreamYard, is because it was easy to use. And at the time, it was really cheap. Now they have different packages, right? And we have one of the larger packages because of our camera and making sure we have quality of stream that goes out. But I mean, literally, we were doing it for a while with no cost. And I was like, I'm tired of seeing a little duck in the corner. And
yeah,
they always,
right? Yeah, you be like, you be like, can we please get rid of the duck right now?
Yeah, I was like, I got to get rid of the duck. Yeah,
I'm just throwing the duck out there just for. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
it's powered by the Holy Ghost. Turn this thing off. No, but for real, like we was like, all right, I wanted to get rid of that. And they would take that down and then put up our church logo, right? So now our church logo is up here, right? Or we could put whatever we wanted. So it made me. It was easy. The price was just right. It was at the point to where like I can get us a professional stream. And allow they don't know someone who's 10 years old that's running it. They don't know someone who's 13 running it. All they know is, all right, they online, they got little messages and they got banners and got all kinds of stuff. This look good. Yeah. So that's what's the goal. It was an ease of use, and it didn't take a whole lot to get set up. We didn't have to go out and buy $10,000 worth of equipment. Literally, we was able to use what we had and make it work. So StreamYard is if you've been doubting it, been wondering about it. It is literally good for a church that has um, a few members or a church that has many members. It really can do a good bit of stuff. So,
And I mean, like that's the thing that really helped me because I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to teach this to people who are, and with me, I just found somebody who was tech savvy in the church. I'm like, okay, who would know how to use a computer?
right,
And you know, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people already know how to use a computer. So it was just finding them and just make sure that they was proficient at it, so they could
right,
understand it. Especially,
right.
you know, going online and doing like as like you say Zoom calls and stuff like that because it's
Mhm.
similar to it. It just has great packages with it. Um, Cost was very effective for us as well.
Mhm.
So and we done hit over what StreamYard is. StreamYard is a web-based service
Mhm.
that can give you. It's a browser service that you can use to push out your live streams.
Right.
And it's simple, easy to use. Cost wise, I'm gonna bring up the screen real quick. Then I'm gonna go over to our cost. I'm gonna switch to my account. I go to billing.
Mhm.
Plans.
Yeah,
So
change the
yeah,
plan.
I should have blocked out my credit card information.
It only
But
shows the
all
last.
right, so uh, yeah, it only shows the last four. You're gonna be guessing for a long time to figure that out. But
Right.
these are the plans. So as you can see, like these are the plans with StreamYard. They have some really good options, really good plans, and so forth. Like we started off with the free version. The free version allowed us to do local recordings up to 2 hours. And
Mhm.
that was one of the things I'm like, well, man, our church services are a lot of times more than 2 hours. So I need to be able to have a little bit more room, a little bit more time in there. So I jumped up to the 25 and I ran the 25 program for like, um, geez, over a year. And this year, I finally decided to upgrade into the professional. And the only reason why I went with the professional is because the professional it gave me the webinar capability. So we
Mhm.
would turn around and we would use the webinar capability. Plus, it allowed me 2 hours for pre-recorded services. So if we were out of town and Elder Gore told me to pop up a service, I could be able to upload, not worry about, trimming down a service to make it fit into, confounds of an hour. So now I had 2 hours to play with. So uh that just would really help me out.
Mhm.
You want to say anything about it, Jonathan?
Yeah, I
While we on
mean,
cost?
yeah. You kind of hit on it. Like that was the thing I saw. I saw. All right, you got the free version, of course, which we all love free, but you're gonna have that StreamYard logo at the top, right? And that
Yep.
was for me like, all right, this is it. And then when
Mm-hmm.
we started looking at the basic, now mind you, these prices have not always been this cost. They are
Mm-hmm.
there now, but they haven't always been that cost. But now, even with the basic plan, I'm like, all right, I got unlimited streaming, unlimited local recordings. That's good. Okay, I can definitely record my stuff. I'm getting rid of that logo. Like, that's great. That
Yeah.
custom RTMP destination, I don't
Yeah.
need that. I don't even. It is what it is. Like, that's okay. Thank you, but that's not for the ordinary church, right? Or the
Yeah.
ordinarily small church, if you will. Um, okay, some of this other stuff, logos, overlays, backgrounds. I want that stuff. Okay, cool. That was
Yeah.
good. And then it
And then
got,
the storage.
and then you got the storage,
Yeah,
50
storage
hours
was
of
a biggie.
storage. Like,
Yeah.
hmm, I think this should be good. This should be good. But I will tell you, we stayed at the basic for a while. And the reason
Yeah.
why we switched over to the next one was for mainly two reasons. Mainly one reason, if you think about it. Before, I think the destinations was only at two, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that time we were streaming to three. Now, when we say destinations, what we're talking about is your Facebook account is one destination. Your Facebook business account is another destination.
Yep.
YouTube is another destination. If you have a YouTube for your personal and your ministry page, then those are two separate ones. So out of all the destinations that we had, I'm like, I need more than two, right? And at the time, all right, it's like let's move up. So that's one reason, right, of switching over from maybe like a basic to a professional. The other is the full HD. So we don't shoot in 4K and all that kind of stuff, but there is a difference between 720p and 1080p, right? And that was the main reason for us switching over. It's like now we have a camera that can take that footage in 1080. It can take it in 4K, but we don't need to stream in 4K because most internet sites anyway, streaming sites like Facebook and all of them, they don't even stream back out in 4K, right? Unless you have a certain plan and like all that other kind of stuff. So I'm like, we don't need all that. But I do want to be able to get the best picture that we possibly can with what we have. So we ended up switching over to the professional side, which gives us that 1080p. And also it gives us, no matter where destinations we're going, we can go to whatever destination that we want to. So the pricings are actually pretty good. $25 or the $50 route. If you only have like a 720 camera, that's fine. 1080 camera, that's fine too as well. So you all talked about some other things the other week when Junior was on, and y'all were talking about like the lighting, right?
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff plays a part too. So you can go out and go spend out money for a 4K camera, and if your lighting is not right, it's going to still look like 720. So, so you might as well make sure you spend the money where the money is best used. And I'll tell you, that's just one of those things. I mean, me and my brother, we grew up in a deacon's household. We'll be the first ones to tell you. You can go out there and spend that money if you want to. It ain't no difference. You ain't getting nothing else. You're going to have a hard time trying to sell. Well, we need to buy something else. Okay, cool. But what you did with the money I gave you, and I don't see no difference. And so
I don't see no difference. Yeah.
You got to be able to spend the difference of what you were able to do. And if you were not able to convince them before, if you were not able to get on their good side and show them the difference, don't go ask for a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
So use what you got, the best of your abilities until it's time to upgrade. Once it's time to upgrade and do something else and get to that level, then now you add to it. But if your church also can do it too, Alex, hit the yearly and the monthly button. You're gonna see where the price,
the business.
Yeah, no, the individuals. If you click it, you're gonna save some money by going a professional route or the basic route, right? That's one of the things that people don't always see. They are always just go out and just go, all right, I'm just go buy this. Okay, that's this good. It's monthly. I can afford that. But if your church has it and you know you're going to be using this for a while, maybe after the first month or 2 months, sign up for the yearly. It's going to save you more money, and it's about just being good stewards over it. And now you can well, maybe now I can't afford that professional package as opposed to just the basic one. So, yeah, definitely the pricing it is what it is, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, because I know when I started using StreamYard for perfecting the medium, I went ahead and I added in extra storage space because you can buy extra storage space as well. So instead of like having 50 hours of storage space, now I got 100, and I only paid like $4 added to it, and that dramatically just took So now I got room, but I'm not too much concerned about storage space, because what it allows me to do is if I upload it to YouTube or if I upload it to Facebook, I can still go back and download the video from there, from Facebook or from YouTube. So I'm actually kind of double saving it, as you want to say. So in case I can't download it from YouTube, I still got the access where I can download it and I can save it from StreamYard. And then StreamYard also now has it where you can do reels and all that kind of great stuff from it as well. So, I mean, it just makes it sweet. It makes it easy. And that's what we're all about. We want to make things sweet. We want to make them easy for everybody. So our next, we done talked about the price. So now we're gonna go with uh, live streaming. So,
Mhm.
Jonathan, I'm gonna take it away. Excuse me, I'm gonna give it to you, so
Okay.
you can talk about the live streaming portion of it and the recording.
Yeah, so the live streaming is something that we do most of the time. We don't always do the recording, but it is an option now. It used to be where the recording option wasn't in there, so we had to what we did for a while when COVID hit is we actually would have our services pre-recorded, and then after our services were pre-recorded, we would go in on the back end and have all the videos edited together, put lower thirds on, do all that good stuff. And from that point, then we would load it into StreamYard, or actually into the sites. We usually went go to Facebook, and then we went into YouTube and just load them in like the night before, 2 nights before, and had them set up to where they actually went in. And that's fine. That's something that's very good. You can do that. It takes a lot of work in order to do it, but it's something that can be done. StreamYard has these features now to where you can actually create, and not only just to create, but you can also go in there and do either a live, or you can do a pre-recorded. And I wanted to show you how easy that is, right? So I'm in here, and this is the main page. So as I get in here into the main page, I hit create. Once I hit create, it gives me options. I can now live stream, or either I can do recording. If I wanted to do the webinar, I could too, like Alex was talking about earlier, right? And if I go to live stream now, it allows me to connect to the pages that I want to shoot for. So remember, I told you I wanted to have multiple destinations. So literally, I could set up for Life Changing Center, Jonathan Leysath Ministries. I can also go to the YouTube page, and I can also go to my personal page, and I can have all those. I can now go in here and put in my title, test. I could put in my description. My description is going to follow each platform. So no matter where I set this up, it's going to go into each one of these. And then most importantly, I can schedule this for later. Once I schedule this for later, I'd say I want this to go out on the 24th, and I want it to go out at 9:45 p.m. After I do that, I can also customize each destination, right? So I can also upload a thumbnail, but I can also customize each location so that each location has its own description and time. So now that I got that, then boom, the easiest thing then is just create broadcast. So now you're done. So like that's how simple it is. And that's the reason why I was like, you know what? We need to do something like StreamYard because it's super simple, super easy. All you really have to do is have templates for our descriptions and our titles. What do we want our title to say? Sermon message, data service. That's good enough, right? Because they're already on your page and they see it. Description, you want to have a method of giving, how they can actually contact you. And then if you want to add any additional information like welcome to our live stream, welcome to our service or whatnot, and you can have that set to where you actually have that as a template, or you saved it. Now, once you go in, let's go into the studio. So I don't want to create that because it will send out notifications to anyone who likes our page. So anyone who likes our page, it will actually
Yeah,
send out a notification. So if you're playing around with it, just know
yeah,
it's
it
going to
will.
for real, for real. So like for here, now that I'm in here in my studio, right? One of the things that you will see um, is that I have a couple options. I can go through my settings, just like Zoom, right? Zoom allows you to unmute your mic, and you can also start your camera, right? So at any point in time, I can mute, I can stop, I can do all that. But right now, I'm not going to go into all that. What I am going to do though is go over to my banners. So my banners here, as you can see, I have different folders set up for different banners for different things. So Life Changing, these are all the banners for Life Changing Center. So now this is a ticker. So you see, it just now has across the screen. Thank you for joining our worship service. Take time to tag a friend. We're getting ready to start shortly. All this stuff is pre-filled. Don't have to like freehand type it, do any of that. figure out how to write code. Nothing. It's literally like just click on it.
Yep.
You got another one. Then we have these here. So another lower third, and it just join our text list. I can stop this one. Have just this one on here. Typically, like if I have my sermons typically stay the same. And now there I have the sermon topic here. I get my scriptures ahead of time. So now the scriptures can also go on the screen. So now you see here, all this stuff is being done now. Boom. Now my scriptures are there. Keeps going. So we have all that stuff happening right on the back end. So now that's my banners. Now I can always create a new banner. I can just hit this button down here, put a text down here, hit add. Boom, I got a new banner just like that. If the pastor throws a curveball and he goes to another scripture, okay, cool. I'm gonna look up the scripture. Boom, I can look it up, and because I'm already in a browser, I can go to Bible Gateway, type in the scripture that he just said, type in the keywords that he said. Now I can copy that and then still put it here into a banner, and then boom, it's on the screen. So I'm like, I don't have to have tons of different stuff. I can literally work from one screen, ease of use, right? So that's the banners component. Again, you can have pre-saved banners. So if you have an anniversary service, you can go ahead and get those banners listed here. If you have another Bible study, you can have those banners listed here, and you can create folders for each one, right? And then as you go click into it, boom, you're going, right? The other thing it allows you to do is once you are live, it's going to allow you to show comments. I know you all probably have seen like little comments show up on the screen. So when they comment from no matter what destination, Alex just did just now, boom, welcome. They will be able to see it, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is your brand. So as you see the brand here, you see you can choose your bubble, the classic, the minimal, the block. They've continued to add themes. If you have gotten a logo recently made, typically your graphic artist is going to give you the color number. So now you can stay within your color number instead of just guessing, I think this is the right type of red. And then it end up being pink. Like, nah, you can choose the exact color number to your logo, right? You can decide to show your name, show your headlines. This is what I was talking about, getting rid of that duck logo at the top, right? And now we can use our own, right? These are lower thirds that we had created. These lower thirds we had created now allows us to, I'm going to change this background real quick. All right. So now these lower thirds that we just, that we had created, we've had these for a while. And literally when we hit show, it shows exactly where it needs to be at. Take it off and go to the next one. How to give. It's super simple. I don't have to align it. I don't have to put it into the right place. Literally, it has it right where it needs to be at. Right. So as you have that, and now I just showed you all about like the video clips. Video clips are huge for us because they allow us to do our intro videos and all that beforehand. So some of these videos people have already kind of like seen. So it allows us just to hit the button. Boom.
And the thing I like about it, like you can see the timeline of the video playing right there at the bottom.
Exactly.
Which
on
is
my
great.
end, I can see that. No one else can see it, right?
Yeah, because then what it allows the person that's running to be able to do is making sure that they're keeping track of how soon it is before that camera goes live in the sanctuary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing you can do is we've actually had to do add in like maybe like worship sets. So if you have pre-recorded announcements or pre-recorded worship, whatever you're getting ready to do, because maybe you're doing Bible study, but you're not doing that church. It's being done from the comfort of your house, right? But you still want to make sure people see the stream and see it, and it looks like, oh, this is church. Like we good. We gonna go in, right? And we're gonna go in. So you have other options of what you could do.
Now, one thing that they I'm gonna mention about the video, it has to be an MPEG 4, and it also has to be less than 10 minutes.
Yes, it has to be less than 10 minutes. That's crucial. We learned the hard way. Because I was doing them and I had to keep like trimming them just to get them to fit. And I'm like, let me go ahead and do this. And again, all this stuff is you can do this ahead of time. That way you can have it set up and you already like, no, I'm going to hit this video, hit that video, and whatnot. So, yeah. So you got that, and then you got your backgrounds where you can create your background. You can have multiple backgrounds in here, so you're just choosing the one you want. I mean, it's pretty simple. In order just to make sure you have everything you need, right? So that covers that. The last thing I'll show you is you have a private chat. So for instance, like me and Alex, we are in the back room, right? But we can always still send messages back and forth to each other. That way, if you have more than just one individual that's on. So that's really good. And that way you don't see the comments show up in your real stream, right? So that's one. But like you see like this banner here, there's some banners that you can add, some backgrounds that you can have on here. I would tell you the best thing to do is like you can see here, this is not the appropriate size. So we've had to make some, that's why you see this black background. So this one is not the appropriate size. This one is not the appropriate size, as you can see. It's like cut out. This one is not the appropriate size. It's cut out, right? So there's a lot of them. This one here, okay, a little bit better. This one, yeah, that one is the right size. That one is the right size. So you want to make sure you add the right sides if you're going to have it on there. So like a lot of the ones here, we just haven't taken them off, but they're there. I want to show you all real quick outside of that, this tool I use, which is Canva. We use it a lot. One of the things that we do here is we can add in like that same photo I just took that photo, added it here. If I click resize, it needs to be a 16:9 ratio, right? Or 640 by 924. As long as I got that, then it's going to give me the size that I need. That may mean I need to do some other things. So what I was able to do was take this one picture, add some wording down here, add some wording right here, put a black background, and this is just a shape, one of the elements that you can add on and add a color. Now that I got that, boom, I can now save this as a PNG and then add it to my live stream, right? If you want to update stuff on the fly, you can continuously like do that. Or maybe I misspelled it, or maybe I want to change the font to something else. All right, well, I can change the font to something else. And now I like that one better. Let me change this one to something similar. Okay, cool. All right, now, boom. All right, let's go. Now I'm sharing it and I'm saving it. Boom. And now I'm going to just add this directly over to my StreamYard. Just now I want to add the background and I can just drop the image. So that's how easy it is. So that's why I was like, this is good. I don't have to have nothing like super fancy where I have to layer it while I'm streaming it. I literally can have everything set up beforehand, which would allow me to like really get the job done just that much faster. So yeah, I like StreamYard. The StreamYard, that's what we've been using. I tried OBS for maybe like 2 or 3 Sundays, and I found out it was not for us. So
and OBS is computer intensive as well.
You
got to make sure that you have the right computer in order to run it.
Yep. I mean, literally, we have done this from my MacBook. We have done this from designated Windows computers that didn't have a lot of stuff hooked up to it. I mean, even now, like it has preset, like in the settings, I can go in there and it has my FaceTime camera because I'm on my Mac. So it has that. And so that's good. So that means I'm using my laptop camera to run this. But what's also neat about it is I could take a cam link, plug it into the back, into the USB, and then now I'm running our 4K camera directly into StreamYard.
Yeah.
By plug and play. Like I don't have to have a huge another video mixer and some other, like literally it plugs directly in with a USB. If I want to plug in my mixer board, I plug my mixer board into my camera so that my camera gets the feed coming from, and there's no delay. So now my soundboard plugged directly into my camcorder, and my camcorder is plugged in to my laptop. So now my camera feed is giving my USB, my cam link is now also giving my video feed and my audio feed. And now, all right, cool. It's simple. It's plug and play. I don't need a lot of devices. And this has literally grown with us from using web cameras to also a more expensive camera. We went to web camera, DSLR, and then we went to a now a Sony camera that's like, all right, has capabilities doing 4K. So literally, it is super simple, super easy. I encourage anyone that may be thinking about going to a streaming route to don't sleep on StreamYard. Consider it. Like, it literally can do a good bit of stuff.
And one thing, a lot of content creators use StreamYard. Like, you will, like, whenever I go online and I'm looking at more videos that the company's dropping and stuff like that, they have a ton of content creators that actually use it. So, you know, if you got a business and you want to highlight certain products and stuff like that, or go on to talk about your products or something like that, StreamYard is a easy, effective way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that's just super easy to learn. You can actually literally drive it while you are also presenting.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't suggest it if you a hard preacher, like, and you got the cuff the mic, you need hoop triggers as well and other stuff. Like, I wouldn't recommend, right?
Yeah.
But if you are someone who's having Bible study, right, you literally could be sitting here having Bible study and going through and really running it. Like, now it has this option now where you can share your screen. Like, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're in Zoom, but you're actually streaming this out to the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not just in the confines of just like a Zoom presentation, but you literally could do everything that you would do in Zoom. And now you can do this here without the Zoom logo hiding in the corner, without the logo hiding over there. Like, you really can run a professional setup, and it can be a one-person team.
Yep.
Like, you driving the audio, the video, you doing, literally you can set up your iPad, set up your laptop, and just like, boom, you're live on multiple destinations.
Yeah, multiple destinations.
Like, not just one, but multiple.
Not just one. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can have that, and you can literally be gone in 2 minutes. Like,
yeah.
As
soon as you pull it up, as fast as it takes you to pull up, that's as fast as it takes you to go live.
I mean, literally, I'll show you all. Like, literally, if I go back to the main screen, I can literally enter the studio. Boom. And I can hit go live.
That's it.
And I can tell it where I want it to go live. Right? Yep. And then boom, we on. Like, it's that simple. And especially when you already have stuff that saves, like save banners, right? Save, like, it's easy. You can just keep going.
So Jonathan just went over the live and the record. Now, when you do in the recording part, there is a that go live button turns to a record button.
Yep.
So when you click it, it just records it and it saves it automatically to the cloud for StreamYard, and then you can go download it whenever you want to and repurpose it whenever you want to. So let's say if you wanted to do a recording, like, you can do a recording that night and then turn back around, and if you want to air it, let's say on Sunday or Sunday evening or whenever you wanted to air it, you just put in what time you want to air it, and StreamYard will automatically air it as if it's live, which is important. You know, it just won't just upload your video. It will play it like it's live.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and that was extremely important because I know that when we sometimes sing songs in church and we upload them,
Mm-hmm.
then what we end up with is that, oh, that's copyright infringement and you can't do that, and they take the music out, uh, and so the whole time the choir is up singing, it's complete silence, and all you do is you see them moving, but you don't hear a thing. So, but if you do it as live, it does go through and it does play through.
Yep.
That's one of the things that I liked about it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, well, we need to do this as live, so it has to go live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the other things that we talked about, or whatever we're going to talk about, is the webinar part of it. I
Mm-hmm.
love the webinar part of it because we do some seminars, especially now doing our fifth Sundays and doing our quarterly meetings where everybody couldn't be in church, but some messages and some things are for the house only. They're not for for full live stream. So with the webinars are great. The webinars give you the access to be able to go through. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create a webinar. So what you guys are looking at my page, you're looking at the live that we're doing right now. You can see what destinations it's going to. You can see the Bible class to set up for tomorrow in Johnson. I always keep a test, like you seen a test on Jonathan's as well. I always keep a test as well. That way I can go into it. I can add different things, change different things around. Um, I just found it more easier for me to have a test where I can do that. So
Mm-hmm.
if I go into the live webinar, I'm gonna go into the live webinar feature. What it does, it allows me to record it or allows me to do it as a studio. I can add the destinations, any destinations I wanted to go to. I typically do mine on StreamYard on air. So what that means is that after I set up this webinar, it's going to create me a a link that I email out to all the members of the church, and I say, okay, click this link and you can watch it. It's not live. Um, it's only for the house. Now, you can choose to record the webinar if you want to, or have it for playback. So that way, as long as they got the link, they can go back, click that link in the email, and pull it up and watch it again. So that works great. So if I go in, um, so I'm gonna type example. Um, Description. I'm just put Big Sal. So it does have what's called registration. You can choose the registration if you want to. The benefit of the registration, it just allows viewers to put their name and their email in order to watch it. Um, and you can, like I say, you can view and you can download the list if you wanted to. Um, I've learned I'm just the registration because I don't want to complicate people when they sign into it. I just want them to click it, pull it up, and they can watch it. Your own air webinars live, it goes up to 250 people, which is a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt I see 250, but 200 up to 250 people, just like a thing you can add a thumbnail if you wanted to add a thumbnail to it. Um, if you wanted to set it up for a different date, then you can set it up for a different date. Let's say I go ahead and I create it. It's going to take me to the same type of setting live. So my example, my own air branding, I can set that up. I can share with viewers. When you hit that share with viewers, like I said, it's going to give you a link where you can copy it and you can throw it in the email. You can make it available for on demand as well. So if you got the available on demand, then they can, as long as they have that link, they can then turn back around and they can turn back around and see it, which works great. But let me hit continue. So if it's gonna pull up, it says that right there. I can still share it from my dashboard if I wanted to. But let's say I went ahead and I entered into the studio. I can go ahead and I can enter into the studio. I'm gonna use my I don't know for this one. So I'm gonna go to settings. Now, one of the cool things, I'm gonna show this. It allows you, you can see the camera I'm on and my laptop webcam and all the other cameras and stuff like that. But it also allows, OBS has a virtual camera that they put out, and also he has virtual cameras that they can put out as well. So even if you're using those softwares, you can turn back around and you can use StreamYard with it. So I thought that's how I started using it first. I was doing everything in OBS and just bringing it over until I finally went and bought um, a Black Magic switch. Life a whole lot easier because it just pops up. So audio. I'm gonna change this audio real quick. I'll just leave it as this. So that way it won't be messing up. So I can turn back around and I can see. You can see your audio level. I can see your display name, all that cool stuff. But when I go to it, I'm gonna go right into it. It's going to show some of this. So I have different brands. One of the brands we have the have my church brand. Also have a fifth son. Just like John, it's good to have those all. So you every homeless counted that in here, and that's how I but see great things about it. How to do different setups with videos. So like right now, I think me and Jonathan we're in this. So you can actually see, two of the pictures and then the screen or whatever you're. A cool feature that I just add on here. You can custom legs the from screen and what actually. So you make one screen bigger than the other one. You can put it to it. You can actually add different presentations. You add different places. Let's say if you got what you want to put up and that you want to, you can do slides. And say I have if it's just a regular PDF, and then I can add it. It actually works. Think about it for the webinar portion of it. Yeah, anything you want to say about the webinar portion of it?
No. I think you was hitting on it for the most part. I think the biggest thing is to consider, unless you already have like a Zoom webinar feature, there's no need to go out and spend extra money, right? I think sometimes that's what we end up doing is we start spending a lot of money. Well, this got a feature here and this got a feature here. It's one of those things that's like you already have it. Why not use what you got, right? Why not use this webinar feature that's already on Zoom or already on StreamYard that you're already paying for? I think Zoom is like an extra $200 or something like that. If you wanted to use the webinar feature, it's like you already have this. And especially for our churches, as we are having, if we are going to have a Bible class and we want it to be interactive. So like tomorrow we have Bible class, and our Bible class is very interactive. I need to talk back and forth to you. If we're not talking back and forth, like what's happening, right? This is not just a time for you just to come in and have and hear me, but this is a time for us to come in. Let's talk. Let's actually figure out what the Bible is saying. And so then we need more of interaction here and there. We need to be able to see pictures and graphics and videos. So that's, if you're already using it, great. If you're already using Zoom, but you're paying extra for Zoom and you're paying for this, you might want to just look at just using it on StreamYard as well. But again, all these are tools. All these are tools to actually get the job done, tools to put into your tool belt. It is not saying this is the law, this is what you should be doing. I am here to tell you this is what I have been using, and it has helped us from we use our laptop camera, right? Webcam, to the one that is still a Logitech, and you go out and you go buy it and you put it on the other end on a little stand. Or if you want to go ahead and spend you some real money and buy you a camera and use that, it could be used for any one of those applications. It doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter the age it is. So I will tell you, make sure to utilize this to the best of your ability, and especially if you're looking to actually gain something. If you're looking to gain something, and when I say gain something, I'm talking about you're looking to gain another feature into your church, into your ministry, and you are trying to figure out what can I do and how can I do it at a low cost. StreamYard is one of those things that you can get done. If you're also thinking about, all right, how do I put something together that anyone can pick it up? I don't have a person that has gone to MIT, that has spent tons of money on trying to get themselves better when it comes to coding and doing all that kind of look. Like, it's simple that even teenagers, people who are not teenagers, can run this on the background, and they can learn how to serve in your ministry. So I recommend using that. I recommend utilizing StreamYard in any capacity and adding it to an application to your church, and use it as a tool. So I would appreciate that. Alex had some technical difficulties, so I'm going to do what I do. He gonna get on me later. Don't worry about it. He's a little brother right now. No, I'm kidding. I'm still a little brother. But if you had any questions that you want us to address, I'm going to invite you to write those into the comments. If you had any questions about choosing which option to use for your streaming at your services. And again, this advice is coming from me, someone who's utilizing it now, not someone who is like the expert. And I will tell you, I am no expert. Like, I am not. But I am a real user. I know some of y'all have probably gone in and had those conversations where you go in, you say, "Hey man, you're an expert at doing this. Man, tell me which product should I use? Tell me which thing should I use in order to make this thing work." And then what they start telling you everything that costs the most money. And now you're like, okay, but I can't afford that. So well, I use this. Okay, you are a professional, and I understand you use that. But what about the everyday person that don't do this and get paid for it? What do they use and still make it good? That's what I want to use, right? So my advice from you is not coming from a professional standpoint where I have a degree in videography and I have a business where we actually go and we open like this. No, this is a real user testimonial. Learned it, got it when pandemic happened. We got to figure out a way. And looking at all options, this was the option that seemed to be the best option for us at the time with what we had and what we had to use. So if you got questions, feel free. tap in, let me know what questions they are. I would love to be able to see what I could do to help with it. Let's see here. No question.
That's one of the things, Jonathan. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. Now, one of the great things I like about StreamYard is I had my iPad sitting right in front of me. So when my computer just decided to do an update all by itself.
Oh, it does that. It does that. Don't it? Don't it?
Yeah,
Don't it?
I'm like, oh, what? It started to do an update on me in the middle of okay, but no. But the cool thing is that I was able to still control from my iPad. So, and that's one of the things that I do in Johnston just to have a redundancy. So, like they'll be on one side of the church, like at the computer, and they can be controlling everything at the computer and everything. And I just simply have my laptop up so they can be able to chat with me. And to be able to communicate. But I also then turn around and I have my I have it so if anything was to drop, at least we got two hands on it. And that's the thing that I love about StreamYard is that multiple people can be on it and multiple people can be doing on there at the same time. So like let's say if you wanted to be able to sit and have someone learn how to do it, but you wanted to be able to keep an eye on it as well, just to making sure that, okay, make sure that they hit their time and cues and making sure that everything is right for them, you can still be able to turn back around and do that. So that's one of the things that I really love about StreamYard. It gives us that kind of confidence, need I say, that everything is going to turn back around, everything's going to work out all right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I didn't see any comments that came up. Jonathan, I'm gonna pull it to you. I'm gonna let you do the talk about the different businesses that you guys got going on. I know that you have Training on Wheels, which is a really good business that your wife does, and I'm gonna let you spend some time and talk about that.
Yeah. So, all those who do not know, a wonderful wife, and Xana, let's say, first lady, is what they call her. But no, she is an amazing, amazing instructor, trainer, teacher. She owns a wonderful company called Training on Wheels, in which she does Microsoft Office training, also some business development, and she's also doing some professional learning. So she typically goes to other client site and train them on items such as Excel, PowerPoint, Word, all those nine yards. But she's recently been doing a bundle product, right? Where you get to come in and say, I want to have 3 sessions with you, and I want to have control of what I'm going to be learning. And she's like, okay, we can do that. She's also helping business owners out. Knowing as a business owner what she's gone through the last several years, she's also tapping into that, right? And business owners have been asking her, how are you doing it? Like, what did you do to get over this phase? And how did you do that? So she's been working very hard to actually figure out, like, how can I help business owners? So she got some stuff coming out, and I need you all to make sure you are following her on all of her platforms. Training on Wheels. And analysts say she is the #1 trainer in the land. Trust me. I'm not just saying it because she's my wife. And I'm not just saying that because she's going to beat me up later. I'm not doing that. I am telling you the truth. She is the best. If you don't believe so, check out her reviews. Go Google her. Like, not trying, like, it literally Google her. So she is amazing. Not only that, but she helps out at our church, which is Life Changing Center International, right here in the great city of Jacksonville, Florida. Life begins because life was given. So I want you all to make sure that you check us out, follow us on all of our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Check us out, subscribe, make sure you're connected to us as you see different things happening. We're believing God for even greater here in the city of Jacksonville. I just came back from Atlanta this weekend, and when I tell you I'm pumped, I am pumped and I'm excited about what God is going to be doing for our ministry. And then always, my name is Jonathan Leysath. I just believe in doing what I can to help others. And if that means you are the other, I want to do what I can to try to assist you in what God has given me to do. All right. That's what I got, man.
Well, Jonathan, I appreciate you coming in and jumping in with me on tonight. And like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to talk about, working and dealing with StreamYard or any other different things, any other the platforms, we're going to be going over some more platforms. So we got a lot of more guests that's coming up, and we're going to be talking about OBS. We're also going to be talking about Rescream and vMix, and we're also going to be talking about Switcher as well, and because there are other platforms. I'm not saying that this is a one fits all, because there might be something else that might fit you a whole lot more better, or something else that might be able to help you a whole lot more better. So in that regards, we want to make sure that we are giving you the good information that you need to make an informative decision. So join us in 2 weeks. I'm going to announce later on who's the special guest going to be and what we're going to talk about. Yeah. So, and if you haven't liked and shared and subscribed, please go and do so. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the near future. Jonathan, I'm going to let you bring us out with a prayer. And yeah, last words in the prayer.
All right. Just like you said, definitely stay tapped in. Stay tapped into what Big South Production has going on. They are really out here trying to help churches of all sizes, whether you are small, medium, or large. If you think that you are too small, just pick up the phone and ask anyway. Just subscribe anyway. Like this right here is for the church. What we talked about today is for that church to think, so I'm too small. I don't have enough. And I don't have the right people, the right manpower. Trust me. Try it out. Just try it out. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, this does work. Because again, I'm not coming to you as a professional that went to school for this and that do this to get paid. I am coming to you as someone who was in that same seat that needed something that I could grow with. And our church needed something that we could grow with. So that's what we did. So I encourage you to do that. Stay tapped into Big South Productions and all the things that he has. I know there are a lot of different things that will be coming out. But I want to lead us all into a quick prayer. So let's bow our heads. Father God, we thank you. We thank you for everything. And before we ask you for something, God, we're taking a moment just to tell you thank you for life, health, strength, for all the things that you have allowed us to be able to see, hear, and do on this special day. God, we're praying, God, that you not only have blessed those who are speaking, but also those who are listening, who are receiving, who are watching this particular video. Give them the courage to be able to step out of their comfort zone so they can tap into some of the tools that's needed to grow the ministry. And God, and although we are doing everything that we're doing to learn, to enhance, to grow our ministries, God, we still realize that if we just lift you up, you will draw all men to you, God. And God, we're praying, God, that you, as we continue to lift you up higher and higher, that you will continue to draw men, that they be saved, because that's what our whole goal is. We're not out here for form or fashion. We're here so that people will be saved, people will be delivered, people will be set free. So God, we're praying, God, that as we find ways to get better and to perfect our crafts and perfect our gifts and protect our visuals of what we shall be doing to portray the word of God, that we do it in excellence. But as we are doing it in excellence, God, give us signs to where you are actually going to come in and show us just how great of a God that you are, that if we do our job, you're going to do yours. God, we thank you, we praise you, and we give your name the glory, the honor, and all of the praise that is due unto you. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. It was great, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I'll spend a little bit time. I think it's time to go eat a little grub and get ready for tomorrow.
Yes. So please like, share, and subscribe. And then turn back around if you have any questions. shoot us any questions, and we will be able to turn back around and get you guys some answers. I want to thank everybody. I don't have my background music to take us out, but I do want to say thank you. He's giving me some background music. So, but thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we appreciate you joining us. We will see you guys later.